My name is Emily Harper. My family has been running a dress shop for generations, and I've been working as a tailor. After my husband passed away, my son Ethan took over as the shop owner and has been managing the business. He is also an excellent tailor, and he was ready to take over the shop anytime. He got married and he had a lovely baby. My granddaughter, Lily, is an active and kind-hearted girl. Since we lived together, Lily's adorable presence was a source of comfort for me. Lily went on to study at a university outside the province, and now she lives on her own. Nevertheless, she occasionally visits and shows me her lovely face. Surrounded by such a family, I was very happy. However, there is one concern I have. It's about Ethan's wife, Emma. Initially, I wasn't planning to live with Ethan and his wife. I thought it would be best for the young couple to establish their own territory and life. However, when they came to greet me before getting married, Emma told us that she wanted to live with us. I had assumed Ethan was the one suggesting it, but apparently, it was Emma's idea. Of course, I was happy about the prospect of the family living together, and there was no reason for me to refuse it. However, Emma's true intentions became clear shortly after. On the day that we decided to live together, Emma quit her job. And since we started living together, she would wake up late in the morning and spend the whole day lounging around in the living room. Apparently, she wanted us to take care of her. Of course, I couldn't allow such a thing. I immediately instructed Emma to do the housework. Although Emma resisted, when I sternly told her to at least take care of herself, she reluctantly complied. However, due to such disputes, even now, over 20 years after they got married, Emma and I still don't get along. Amidst this tense relationship, one day, I received a phone call from Lily. "Grandma, it's been a while. What's going on? It's rare for you to call." "Well, you see, I have a favor to ask, Grandma." "Sure, go ahead and tell me." "You know, I'm turning 20 soon, and I'm going to a big party." Lily is turning 20. I was aware, but just hearing about it brings back various emotions and memories. "Oh, yeah, I've heard that you are coming here." "Yes, and I'll also be attending a class reunion, so I am wondering if you could make me a dress." "I want to go to the party with the dress that you make." "I'm so glad to hear that. Actually, I've been thinking about the same thing. I'd be delighted to make one for you." "Yay! Thank you. Well then, I'll leave it to you." "Hey, hold on a moment. Don't you have any specific design that you want?" "No, not really. Any dress that you make would be perfect." "I see. Well then, I'll make sure to have it ready in time for the party." "Please do." I accepted Lily's request and immediately started working on her dress. Of course, I had other work to do as well, and since it was the busy season, I only worked on it to the extent that it did not affect my work. One day, it had been 2 years since my husband passed away, and we were planning to have a family get-together to commemorate him. However, on that day, Emma told me that she couldn't come to the family get-together. "Emma, what do you mean? I told you that we were going to have a family get-together today, didn't I?" "Oh, yeah, I'm sorry about that. I made plans to hang out with my friends, so could you go without me?" "You know, it's not that simple of a matter, right? Come on, it's no big deal. You just get together, have meals, and talk. That's all. You don't need me for that, do you?" "You really need to stop this. Not going to the family get-together is out of the question. You're so annoying. Let me do what I want to. I should be able to hang out with friends once in a while." "Saying that, aren't you always out with your friends? You can't even handle household chores properly." When I said that, Emma seemed to have gotten angry and glared at me. "Well then, why don't you do everything, Emily? You know I've never been good at housework, right? I do want to help, but I've got a lot of work piled up. As I retorted, Emma left the house without saying a word. From then on, the relationship between Emma and me was getting worse. No, our relationship might have already been beyond repair. An incident occurred that made me realize this. That day, my grandchild came to our house. It's been a while. It's so nice for all of us to gather around the dining table like this. Yes, it is. Having a meal together with everyone is really enjoyable. But, Grandma, are you okay? Your face looks a bit tired. Oh, does it? Well, I might be a bit tired because I've been busy with work. I used to be able to handle this much easily back in the day. It can't be helped. The dresses you make are popular. Even after dinner, I'll still have to do some work. Don't push yourself too hard. You can take your time with my dress. Lily said. It's all right. Don't worry about it, I reassured her. Saying that, I showed concern for Lily. Creating Lily's dress was like a dream job for me, so I had no intention of giving up. After dinner, I immediately returned to my workspace and resumed working on the dress. After a while, the door to the workspace opened. Emily, how's your work going? Emma entered the room, saying that. I was taken aback. This had never happened before. What's going on? Well, I wanted to see your work in progress, she replied. Oh, really? Emma peered over my shoulder at the dress, which was nearly finished. It looks absolutely beautiful. Oh, thank you. But you know, this one over here would be even more stunning. Saying that, out of nowhere, Emma suddenly splashed ink from behind me. Shocked by what had just happened, I screamed. What on earth have you done? Oh, sorry about that. But I thought it might actually look better this way. Emma said and chuckled mischievously. I could only stare blankly at her. Mom! Are you okay? Hearing my scream, Ethan came running over. What in the world happened here? Emma poured ink on the dress I was working on, I explained. Even after hearing my explanation, Ethan wore an expression of disbelief. Is that true? Yes. But isn't this better? I've always thought your mother's designs were outdated, so I thought I'd help her out. Emma said, laughing triumphantly. We were left speechless by the audacity of her actions. Just then, Lily came. Is everything all right? What happened? Oh, perfect timing. Lily, take a look at this dress. Isn't the design great? Upon hearing this, Lily looked at the dress and was left astonished. Mom, this is... Huh? What? Lily, I'm so sorry. I let your dress get ruined like this. I apologized to Lily. What? You've got to be kidding. Emma had an astonished expression this time. So, this is Lily's dress? That's right. You've tarnished our daughter's special attire. Ethan's words made Emma's face go rigid. Lily glared at Emma. Why did you do this? Do you hold a grudge against me or something? No, I didn't know this was yours. Then what? You think it would be forgiven if it wasn't mine? It's not like that. Lily intensified her attack on Emma, who was flustered. You're always like this, Mom. You always belittle the work Grandma and Dad do, yet you're just lounging around at home. Perhaps Emma was offended by this, and she talked back. What? Are you saying I've done nothing? I do household chores and take care of you as well. You ungrateful child. You've barely done any household chores yourself. Grandma does both her job and housework. Yet you act so high and mighty. Enough of your nagging. Besides, who cares about the dress? You can just rent it somewhere. They're all the same anyway. Emma shouted hysterically. Fine then. I'm leaving. I don't want to be here anymore, Lily said and actually packed her things and left the house. We looked for her outside for a while, but she was nowhere to be found. Since her phone was unreachable, we concluded that she must have taken the last train back home. Lily is an adult now. She'll be okay. I returned home and had a conversation with Emma. I knew you didn't think highly of our work. But doing something like that, which disrupts our business, is a problem. I spoke to Emma, trying my best to keep my emotions in check. However, she didn't show any signs of remorse. I didn't do it with ill intentions. No one does something like that without ill intentions. You wanted to harass Mom, didn't you? Ethan shouted, but it seemed to have no effect on her. There's no way I would do something like that. That was a favor from me. To pour ink on an almost finished dress. Yes, exactly. I've been saying that. It's no use. She seems determined to stick to her own narrative. I felt exasperated. However, I still needed to explain to her. You know, Emma, if something like that happens to our products, it could lead to the downfall of my shop because we could lose the trust from our customers. I explained calmly to her. It's not cheap, and it also takes time to make it again, of course. Lily was looking forward to it, too. It'll be fine, won't it? The party is still a long way off. It's easy for you to say. Well, I guess you wouldn't understand since you've never been involved in this kind of thing. Emma's expression turned sour at Ethan's words. But all the dresses look the same, so she can just rent one. I did that myself. It might have been fine for you, but Lily wants to wear the dress that I make for her to the party. You disrupted that, I said. Then, why don't you rent one and tell her that you made it? She probably wouldn't even notice. Don't be ridiculous. Ethan snapped at her proposal. Are you telling us to deceive our daughter? It's not like that. I mean, her short-sighted thinking was giving me a headache. I take pride in my current job. I intend to take over this shop someday. But with someone like you, who disrupts my work, I can't focus, Ethan said rapidly. What are you saying? I want a divorce. Get out of this house. When Ethan said those cold words, Emma looked shocked. What? Don't say something like that so casually. Ethan let out a deep sigh. I didn't say it lightly, nor did I judge it solely on this one occasion. I've been discussing it with Mom for a while now. I was aware of the situation, too. I said, and Emma glared at me. You put these thoughts into his head, didn't you? No. I've been thinking about this for a while. Can't you understand? You're just lounging around at home, not showing any understanding for my work. If you were to be so selfish, anyone would consider divorce. I haven't been doing whatever I wanted. How can you say that when you didn't even come to the family get-together for my dad's 3rd death anniversary and went out with your friends instead? No, it couldn't be helped back then. Well, it's fine. This incident has solidified my feelings. I want a divorce. I completely agreed with him. I said it, too. Please give him a divorce. What are you doing? Stop messing around. I've been living in this house without working. If I'm kicked out now, how am I supposed to live? Take responsibility for that. Her argument was nonsensical. As we were appalled by her, Emma continued. I don't know if it's really up to you guys to decide on a divorce in the first place. What about Lily? She'll surely be devastated if she learns about it. This opinion struck at the heart of the matter. Indeed, it was an important family matter, and yet we had been proceeding without involving Lily. Well, you're right. Maybe we should discuss this on another occasion. As I said that, the living room door opened. You don't have to stop discussing. I'm here. It was Lily who was standing there. Lily. I thought you had already left, Ethan said. I went to my friend's house. After I calmed down, I came back and overheard everyone talking, Lily explained. Emma smiled at Lily. Lily, they are saying that your dad and I should get a divorce. You don't want it to happen, right? I don't mind at all. I'm actually all for it. What? When Lily said, Emma exclaimed in disbelief. Why not? You are someone who gets in the way of Grandma and Dad's work. It's better if you are not around. Lily's words were sharp. Even Emma seemed hurt by that statement. Are you okay with us being apart? I told you, it's fine. As for custody, give it to Dad. I absolutely don't want to live with you, Mom, Lily replied firmly. Why would you say that? Isn't it obvious? You've been lounging around the house without doing any chores. I can handle household tasks better than you. Then, you will probably just dump all the chores on me, right? Just like you did to Grandma. Lily's words were convincing enough to persuade. I found myself nodding in agreement. In my memory, it was Grandma who took care of me. You always left me behind to go somewhere to have fun. So, for me, my mother figure is Grandma. With those words, Emma had no room to argue. She bit her lip, looking frustrated. I see. At that moment, Emma seemed to have accepted the reality and nodded. If that's how you feel, then fine. I've never thought of you as my daughter anyway. Hey. Don't say that. You started it. Well then, there's no obstacle to getting a divorce, is there? That's right. Since nobody is stopping it, just go ahead and leave. Humph. Well, it's lucky to be able to leave this rundown house. I glared at Emma as she belittled our home. I assume that you understand, but if we're getting divorced, you'll have to share the assets. Well, for some reason, you guys seem to be making a lot of money, so I could probably get a substantial amount. Emma said, followed by a crude laugh. Really? When Lily asked, I nodded. Asset division is something that had to be done when you are getting a divorce. Well, with that money, I should be able to live and have fun for a while. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I'll sign the divorce papers and send them to you to file at the city office. As she said this with a pleased expression, Lily seemed indignant. That's so unfair. Why should the earnings of Dad and Grandma go to Mom? She's just been lounging around the house all this time. It can't be helped. That's the rule. Ethan tried to reason with Lily, but her anger was far from subsiding. Don't be ridiculous. That's impossible. I spoke to Emma, despite Lily's indignation. Since you guys are getting divorced, I want to make sure that you pay for the damage appropriately. Huh? What for? It's about the fabric you ruined. That fabric was custom ordered. We ordered quality material for my granddaughter. As I explained, Emma's face contorted. By the way, how much are we talking about? $10,000. $10,000? Are you kidding me? This is a rip-off. It's not a rip-off. It's a fair price. If you're curious, you can look it up yourself. But, that much money. Hearing the number 10,000, Emma started to panic. Could we maybe reconsider the divorce? I'm going to start anew, and I believe our relationship will improve. You know, they say hardships make you stronger. Emma appealed to Ethan, but his response was cold. That's unlikely. You wanted the divorce just as much, didn't you? Well, I was just saying that, you know, not really meaning it. Oh, is that so? But I genuinely want the divorce. Why? That's because you're having an affair, Mom. I don't want someone like that in our family. Huh? Upon hearing Lily's words, Emma's face turned pale. After hearing the details, it turned out that Lily had witnessed Emma walking with another man in the neighborhood where she lived, not just once, but several times. You were probably meeting your affair partner even when we were having a family get-together for my husband's 3rd death anniversary, weren't you? No, I didn't. Emma stammered while avoiding eye contact. It's definitely true. Your reaction gives it away. I let out a deep sigh. I couldn't believe that she had been meeting her affair partner even during such significant events. We'll discuss it further later. It's decided that we get a divorce. And if you were really having an affair, be prepared to pay alimony as well. Be prepared for it. Wait, please. Can't you forgive me? I promise I won't do it again. We don't trust you. After betraying our family like this, I won't let you come into my house ever again. Pack your things and leave. As I raised my voice in anger, Emma was surprised and ran away from the house. I'm sorry, Lily. I inquired and it seems I can manage to have the dress ready for the party. However, the design might be slightly different. When I said that, Lily smiled happily. Really? As long as I can wear the dress you make, I'll be thrilled. I'm so happy. Later, the divorce with Emma was finalized. We claimed the compensation for emotional distress and the fabric. It seems Emma's affair partner lost interest in her as well. Now, she's living alone in an apartment and seems to be working a part-time job. I was able to finish making the dress in time for the party. Lily wore the dress and headed to the party with a joyful expression. I watched her with a smile on my face as she walked away.